So this might be my dumbest video yet. Oh, right, never mind. But I promise this is something I've actually been thinking about for a long time. Which way does SpongeBob walk to work? Hey! We of course see SpongeBob go to work in the first episode of the show, Help Wanted. SpongeBob leaves his house and goes to our left, like the left from our perspective, past both his friends' houses to end up at the Krusty Krab. So that's it then, case closed. It's not quite that easy. But the next time we see the Krusty Krab is in Plankton, when Plankton has mind-controlled SpongeBob and he once again goes past his neighbors' houses, or like right through them, to get to the Krusty Krab. But then we got Employee of the Month, when Squidward and SpongeBob are racing to the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob leaves to the right, straight from his house. And while Squidward was kind of blocking the door, it would really not make sense for SpongeBob to run the wrong direction to get to the Krusty Krab first. And in SB129, when Squidward tries escaping from SpongeBob and Patrick, who are standing at his door, he sneaks out in the back, but then runs past them to get to the Krusty Krab. And so he, if you like, the perspective is kind of weird here because it's from the other way around, right? But the way he's going is past SpongeBob's house, because from this angle SpongeBob's house is on the left and Patrick's is on the right. So once again, no reason to walk behind them if he could just walk the other way, like SpongeBob did in Help Wanted and Plankton. In Suds, SpongeBob rolls past Patrick's house, and that takes him to the Krusty Krab. But in Squid's Day Off, when Squidward gets paranoid and keeps running back and forth from his house and the Krusty Krab, he comes from this way, to the right. Then, in Big Pink Loser, it kind of looks like Patrick and SpongeBob are running in a straight line from Patrick's house to get to the Krusty Krab. I don't see them turning either direction here, and to make things even weirder, we get this scene in the Season 4 episode Bummer Vacation.
I'm ready, vacation, I'm ready, vacation, vacation, vacation. Hey, Gary!
SpongeBob just goes in a straight line from the Krusty Krab, and not only does this take him to his street, but it takes him like straight to his house. It looks like he's on a road that just goes from the Krusty Krab to his house without any turns or anything. But then, 2 other times in this episode, we see that the Krusty Krab is to the right of his house, because he once goes to the right, and the other time Mr. Krabs is driving him from the Krusty Krab, and he comes in from the right. I don't know what's going on here, but Bummer Vacation is like one of the weirdest episodes of the whole show, so maybe shouldn't count. But the road straight towards the Krusty Krab was something we saw in Help Wanted as well. When SpongeBob looked at the Krusty Krab, he was on a road leading right forwards to it. But like the frame before that, he was just standing on sand. I'm mentioning this because usually the road to the Krusty Krab is just a short one that leads out to the main road that's horizontal, like the one on Conch Street. In Club Spongebob, Squidward rides his bike to the left, past Patrick to get to work, and in My Pretty Seahorse, Squidward leaves his house once again with his bike to go to work, but this time he goes to the right, passing SpongeBob's house in this very unusual angle. I feel like this is the only time we have ever seen like such a wide shot of the road on this side. I can't even remember any time that this side of SpongeBob's house was like shown in other episodes. When he walks to the right, he usually just teleports to wherever he's going, but here we see a lot. SpongeBob and Mystery, the seahorse, ride past Squidward and straight towards the Krusty Krab. Not on a road this time though. The reason this is extra interesting is because of a little thing called the chum bucket. Them going like this means that they went straight through Plankton's home, which is kinda rude. It's not that relevant for the video, but it's interesting how many episodes just removed the chum bucket from existing. But with how there's a newer episode where Squidward's house gets removed for a singular parking spot, it shouldn't really come as a surprise. In Plankton, we actually saw that the chum bucket might not be straight across from the Krusty Krab. It kind of looks like it when Mr. Krabs throws Plankton over there, but then when SpongeBob walks home from work, he walks past it like this.
See you tomorrow.
Good night, my boy!
It might be a stretch, but the way he walked made it seem like it's at least not right across, since it's no road on the other side here to the Krusty Krab. But we are not analyzing that for now, so back to SpongeBob walking to work. In Sailor Mouth, when Patrick runs to snitch on SpongeBob for swearing, they both take a right turn out of SpongeBob's house to run to the Krusty Krab.
Don't worry, SpongeBob, I understand. Mr. Krabs! Mr. Krabs! Mr. Krabs!
Patrick! Patrick, no! Please don't tell!
But you said...
And in Just One Bite, Squidward sneaks past SpongeBob's house to run to the Krusty Krab as well. And then in Can You Spare a Dime, SpongeBob jumps out with Squidward and his whole bed to run to the right to the Krusty Krab. Lots of running. But then we got Missing Identity, where SpongeBob walks by Patrick to get to work. Now, we don't see his house here, but when they recreate this same interaction to find SpongeBob's name tag, we do see that Patrick was standing by his house.
Hi, Patrick. No, wait! I'm Patrick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's try it again.
Meaning SpongeBob walked to the left to get to work that morning.
Hi, SpongeBob. The SpongeBob! I said... Who's SpongeBob? I said SpongeBob!
A possible explanation for all of this is that Corn Street is located like straight forward from the Krusty Krab. But since there is no road that way most of the time, since the chum bucket exists, you can take either way from SpongeBob's house and end up on either side of the Krusty Krab. Which would explain why we have seen SpongeBob and Squidward come to work from either side of the Krusty Krab. If we jump forward to Season 9 and the episode Lost in Bikini Bottom, the two Krusty Krab employees leave to the left, and then we see that if they keep walking on this road, they are gonna end up on the left side of the Krusty Krab. Actually, the first time it's a straight line, and then when they look again it's more of a curved road, but still on the right side. However, in Dying for Pie, when Squidward drives for like maybe the only time in the show, it's from the left side. But then in Squidward in Clarinetland, he rides this thing from the front, where there now is a road. In As Seen on TV, SpongeBob even looks to go to work from behind the Krusty Krab, so I mean, yeah, there's just a lot going on here. In Skill Crane, when Squidward has lost all of his money, he crawls home past Patrick's rock from the left, but then when he runs back to the Krusty Krab, he runs like straight forward from his house, once again making a case for that, like running straight forward is a shortcut, since both ways on the Corn Street Road are going around to get there. In Funny Pants there is a road, again, and poor Plankton has once again been evicted by the bad continuity. Then in Krusty Towers, both Squidward and SpongeBob go to the right to get to not the Krusty Krab but the Krusty Towers. However, that's just this Krusty Krab with extra floors, so it still counts. In Gone, SpongeBob walks home from the Krusty Krab to come home like from the right side, and the same happens in Yours, Mine and Mine. I could keep going on about every episode where SpongeBob goes either way, but that would make for a very long uninteresting video, and I would rather make a shorter uninteresting video. So to wrap this up, it's basically still a mystery how SpongeBob walks to work. I always thought his like right way to work was past his neighbors to the left, but that might just be Help Wanted and the movie being so engraved in my head. Until we get a map of Bikini Bottom with its roads and stuff, we are just gonna have to live with the inconsistency.
Patrick,
What?
you were supposed to say hi to me.
Hi.
Oh. All right, let's take it from the top.
Hi, SpongeBob.